Video recording started.
Welcome, challengers, to Battleground of the Gods. My name is Riggs, and I am hosting again. We have with me Mr. Fro Double G.
My name is Riggs. The fuck was that?
I don't know. It's 9 in the morning for me, dude. So
That's fair. That's fair. You suggested this time though, you dumbass.
I did. That's because I have shit to do today and tomorrow.
Also fair. Also fair. I have stuff to do tomorrow too. I work now. Gotta love it Friday night when they text me and they're like, "Yo, Sunday morning, see you bright and early." It's like, fuck yourself.
Fucking Bezos, dude. As well as a special guest with us this week, we have Mr. Blaise McBain.
Diablo is the youngest of the primeval. Wait, wrong podcast. My bad. Diablo Immortal's out, and I have to talk about that on mine later this week. And I'd rather talk about Smite.
Oh man, someone
Yeah,
mentioned
wasn't there,
Diablo
like,
in our
a-
Discord this week,
Yeah,
and
dude.
it turned into not like
Turned into
a little
fuck
discussion.
Blizzard.
Yeah, it turned into fuck Blizzard basically.
Yeah, yeah.
And Danny Boy, the guy who was like, "Hey, anyone playing Diablo?" who didn't know about any of this. Poor guy got caught in the crossfire.
Unfortunate. Yeah, you always just wonder, can a company get worse? And the answer is yes. So that's where I've been.
See, I
Yeah,
actually had
yeah.
something very ironically similar happen to me yesterday, actually. In a different Discord, someone posted something about sriracha, right? And
Mhm.
from what I remember hearing, if I remember correctly, the owner of the sriracha company, or the Hufong, is a rather nice dude. And, like, he just wants to make his sauce to sell. That's like, he just one of the dudes like, I like making this stuff and I like selling it to people type thing. And someone commented something about how there's a shortage of sriracha, right? And I'm like, oh, if I remember correctly, that company's pretty nice, blah blah blah. Instantly comes in with the, what about this lawsuit? And it's like, okay,
no.
well, I guess not about that. And then it's one of the link, like, he posted a link to it. And I'm like, all right, well, I guess I misremember, but to stay informed, I'll read this link. It was debatable on the actual, like, problem and severity of the problem. And it was literally just like, it wasn't like, hey, these guys are like mistreating their employees. It was nothing like that. It was something like the city doesn't like the smell or something like that. So I was like, it could be an issue
okay.
and all that. But it's like,
Man, I didn't know. That's what makes you a terrible person, is your company smells. That's rough.
I like
Well, I
the
mean,
idea of
okay,
the city going
okay,
to Mr. Sriracha and being like,
hold up here.
you
It does.
smell.
I don't
like
sounds,
you.
all right, it does sound a little silly, but you got to take consideration. This is a big ass factory, and they work with peppers. So it's not just that it has a fragrant smell; it reeks of peppers. So I can have some understanding with it. Like, I'm not saying it's completely baseless argument or anything like that. But what I was getting at is when I'm like, oh, these rather nice company, and then like smash cut to any other company out there where they're under like some actual serious criminal investigation, and say, yeah, that's kind of what I was talking about. They're not that.
Yeah. I was to say, it's kind of like for me, like I don't really drink beer because I grew up where they grew hops, and the smell of hops is all I taste. Like, as soon as I take a drink of a beer, boom, it just hits me, and I'm like, no, can't do it. I hate the smell of hops.
By the
I
way,
didn't have
hop
anything
smells
like
like a very floral weed, like marijuana. Like, it smells like a very flowery marijuana.
We have a
I can
lot of
see
that
that.
here. Yeah. Let's talk about Smite, I guess. We kind of have to.
Oh, we do that here?
I suppose.
What? Wait, who's not here?
So I was playing. I said, I said we do that
No.
here.
We got him. We got him, dude.
You could have said anything right there. I would have been like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But let's go with Fro. I know you've played so much Smite.
I
How
have.
have your games been this week?
I actually have played a lot of Smite. So real talk, I've been just rather down lately. Uh, just in general, my games really haven't been notable. They just really haven't been. I've been feeding. That's what I got. Like I've played a lot of Smite, but I haven't done well all week at all.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
okay. I
feel
guess
that.
I do got one notable
I-
one, right? Because I was playing with Murfinick yesterday, right? And she joins the Discord, plays on the weekends every once in a while. We were playing, and we were against a rough team, and I don't remember who all we were going against, but I was Cupid, right? So I'm on a comfort god. We were in an assault, and at this particular moment, I was 3-1, and all of a sudden, our Hachiman's like, Cupid, you need to ult. You need to ult more. Okay. And our team's getting our shit rocked. Like, we are hardcore losing. I hit the tab button. The closest person to not being negative would be a 2-5 on our team, besides me, who's 3-1. So I just type back in chat, hey Hachi, if you're gonna bitch at people on the team, don't pick the only positive person. Right? Seemed like a fair argument to me. But at this particular time, I had like 5.5K in pocket because I just hadn't really died. I end up dying, and I was like, I was at that, like, I was 100 gold off from being able to get Deathbringer along with the other like 2.5 items that I wanted. So I was like, fuck, I can't afford it, but I want a full power spike, and they're pushing our Titan at this point because we're getting our shit rocked. I'm like, buying a rage. That's what I'm just gonna buy a rage. Fuck it. I know it's late. Whatever. It's a full item though. This is probably gonna be my last fight. Like this thing's about to end. I buy a rage. I go out there. I get a triple kill. I'm like, all right.
It's feeling good.
Dude, I went from 3-1 to ending this game at, I think it was like 15-4 or 15-3. Like I start popping off a little bit, and and all I remember is at the end we lose. Right? I just typed in at the very end, damn. I guess I should have ulted more. The fuck do you want from me, dude? Fuck off. Like, I'm literally the only one positive on the team. And then, like, I even told her, I'm like, it is kind of ironic that, like, I say that. And then, like, I was doing all right, but then I say that and I start popping off. Because, like I said, I died. I came back 3-2, but then, like, instantly jumped up to 6-2 and then went to, like, I think I got to 9 or 7 and whatever, 2 before I died again. So it's like, instant, just, here's all this. It's like, cool.
He just wanted the
Because
fields of love,
nothing's worse than when you try to clap back and then start fucking up. That's a horrible feeling.
man. That's
Yeah.
When you're like, shut up, I know what I'm doing. Die 3 times in a row.
You're like,
I
"Oh,
kind
maybe
of know
not,
what I'm
maybe
doing.
not."
Would you say that the fire was lit underneath you?
I'd have to say that, yeah. But they have been a bit of some rough games this week, though. Yeah, I've just been feeding, and I've just kind of been down in general, so that doesn't necessarily help. I know I've said this a lot, but you guys need to download Epic if you don't have Epic, because they hand out free games. And I haven't
They
tried
do.
this game out yet, but there's a current one called Maneater.
Yeah,
It's
is it the
good.
shark one?
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah.
It's just dumb enough. It looks like it's rather fun, and I'm pretty excited to try it. I'm not gonna lie.
It is.
Yeah,
it's pretty
it's fun.
stupid fun.
Yeah,
It's
a good
exactly
one.
what you would imagine it is. You just eat people.
So yeah, I watched the video
Yep.
and like saw sharks
Yeah.
doing like mid-air flips and rolls to dodge gunfire. So I'm like, yeah, I think I
It
can.
reminds
Yeah,
me of
it-
like one of those perfect like classic stupid like PS2 games that you would play. You'd go to like Blockbuster or whatever and get for like $5, and you'd be or not Blockbuster, but like what is it? Fucking like those cheap used game stores or whatever. But it'd be like $5. You
Movie
just go get it.
Gallery.
Oh,
I'm trying to
What a
think of one. I
shit
think we
company.
had WB games. I think we had here something like
Yeah,
that.
WB, and then there's EB.
EB,
Which-
yeah,
then
yeah,
there's
yeah,
EB
EB.
games, yeah.
I think we had
And-
EB, not WB.
That's it. I don't know. Then there was Game
Well,
Crazy.
EB was like a
and
GameStop.
GameStop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we had like an EB. Yeah,
You
I'd
said
go there, get like a
Blockbuster,
little
so I went to
$5
movie
sticker
rental
PS2
places.
game and go play it for like a day.
Yeah.
That's a
Like-
reminder. I think it was on Game Pass too.
I think so. I mean, I bought it
one
and I think
point.
it went on Game Pass. I don't know. It's a good game. It's fun.
But
It's a good time.
Yeah. Also been enjoying some Blood Bowl. Still working on putting together the Blood Bowl League. I got the league actually formed, I believe, correctly. I just need people to start joining. As of this moment, I think we still need either 2 or 3 players.
Blaze.
So, if anyone wants to join our Blood Bowl League, Blood Bowl 2, we're doing the Legendary Edition. It was on sale. That's why we started it. It was on sale for $6. Now I think it's jumped back up to like it's $20 or $30, whatever it is. It's still really fun and worth it at all. If you enjoy D&D or arcade sports games, it's fun. So yeah, we will be getting the league going. Definitely hit me up if you're interested, or you can hit up any of the other hosts. But hit me up. Let's be real. I did post. I believe I made a channel for it in the Discord, and I did post what you need to actually join the league there. Again, you can just DM me, and I'll resend you the shit if you need. So, hit us up. Blaze, how was your week?
I also played a lot of Smite. Unfortunately, my Smite week started last week with Smite Night, and I fried on Sasano. Like I was like 1v4ing, and I convinced myself that meant I might be good at Sasano until I played him last night, and it did not go the same because I wasn't playing him in like solo. I was playing him in jungle instead this time, and it went bad. And then I did relegations for Albion Giants League, and that took for freaking ever. I think it took like 6 hours because of we started off with server issues, and then they had it where you did 5 matches, and we got fried. It was just it really took the mental from like being okay and then just driving it straight into the ground. So I took a couple days off after that. But I've had some like really good Smite games. I've had some uplifting moments by randoms, which is strange. And I've had some not great moments with randoms, which is normal. So you know how it goes. I played Athena support one game, and I was ulting everywhere. Like if my teammate got in a fight or got ganked, I ulted and we would like turn fights. I stole Gold Fury as Athena. I was having a blast, and at one point our random goes, "Dude, you must play Athena a lot because these ults are on point." I'm like, "No, I don't. Not that much. I think Athena's for the birds, but that's fine." We lost that game, but
Especially owls.
It was yes, especially owls. Do you ever think about how freakishly long owls' legs are? Have you ever seen owls' legs?
Yeah, have you ever
They
seen?
have
Yeah,
legs.
yes.
Yes, like if
they
you go,
are
like it's
mainly
crazy,
legs,
dude.
Riggs.
Oh my
Alright,
god!
so if you think
like
if you think of an owl standing, Riggs, right? Go like just a smidge
I'm
below
Googling owl legs.
where their neck, you think their neck is, right? And that's where their legs stop. Like they don't actually have a body. It just
Yeah,
goes
dude.
like legs,
Oh, what the fuck?
mini body,
yeah, dude, it's
neck,
crazy.
head. Like owls
What the
don't
hell?
have a body.
Yeah, it's wild, dude.
I want to put this one in.
Yeah, things that will change your life. Knowing how long owls' legs are, that makes them actually more terrifying when you think
It
about it.
really does, and it's like, oh yeah, I could see how velociraptors became that.
Yeah,
What
dude.
the fuck?
Yeah, their legs are so long, dude. And they're not like tiny either. They're like jacked for birds. It's crazy.
Well, it's because, dude, have you ever seen like some of the shit they can actually pick up for their size?
Yes, it's crazy. I'm
Oh
not messing
my
with owls,
God.
bro.
Oh my god, did you know fucking eagles will
pick up,
knock
like, goats and
goats
shit?
off the fuck, no, they'll knock them
Yeah.
off the mountain to kill them right, to get them to fall and kill them and then go eat their body. Like, if a goat's too big, they will literally just like, I'm going to push you over, you dumb fuck. Like, oh my God, eagles, you savages.
Yeah, they got that bird energy, dude.
Dude.
That's why I don't mess with geese. Geese are just flying snakes. I've been convinced
Geese
of that
can fuck
too.
right off.
Dude, I
swans
think I
don't
can
fuck
take a
with
geese.
geese. Fuck geese.
I
You
think
you
I
take
could.
okay. I see. I'd agree with this until I watched one like walk at me and start hovering its head low to the ground and hissing at me, and I was like, nah, that's it. I also had a
I
goose
can do
take
it.
my shorts when I was a kid, so I just don't mess with them.
I grew up on a lake, and we would regularly send our Pomeranian to chase off like 50 geese at a time. So I'm really not scared of them because I know that deep down they're actually just a bitch.
I was really
Also-
concerned that for us to be like, and they took our Pomeranian away.
No,
and I was
actually,
like,
saw a Pomeranian
we
again
would
after
we would
that.
actually have to go out with the Pomeranian, and like, because if you
Oh,
didn't
no.
go down to the water with it, it would start swimming after the geese in the water. It's like, no, you're gonna die. You're gonna die. Get the fuck out the water, dog. But
it's alpha predator Pomeranian, dude.
dude, yeah, she was not having their shit. Another very interesting story is, so where I grew up on a lake, right? Most of our property, the front part, the lakefront part, right, was to the lake. But at the edge is actually a channel that fed into the lake and kind of it wrapped around into another mini pond. Well, one day there was literally, I'm not exaggerating, literally like 100 geese in this channel. We've had so many geese that like they actually started having to shoot them because there's just so many.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, like it's a crazy amount of geese on our lake. But anyway, so the geese filled this channel, and the channel is kind of like L-shaped, right? And decently long. One swan starts slowly just paddling its way over to this channel that is literally full of geese. Gets to the edge of the geese and proceeds to just start hitting, pecking, and just attacking every single fucking goose on its way all the way down to the one end of the L, right? And then that's where the end of the geese were. And then once it gets to the end, all it did is turn the fuck around and
Yes.
walked back through the geese, hitting them and pecking them and beating the shit out of every fucking one it saw on its way through, like that didn't get out of the way in time, and just swam off. It's like, what the fuck? This swan
Oh, my
literally just
goodness.
came in here to beat the shit out of these geese and then walked away. Like it did nothing else. It literally just swam from one side to the other, attacking the geese, and then left. It's like, what the okay. Weird flex, but
That's
okay.
funny.
I want to pose a question. This is not SMITE related at all, but
Okay.
this is a very contentious topic in my family and in my workplace because I ask people at work too. What is the largest animal that you think you could take in a one-on-one fight?
Oh
And
no.
assuming that the animal knows the stakes as well, and there's no escaping, like one of you has to come out on top. What's the largest animal you think you could take? Because I have an answer that people don't agree with.
Let's hear your answer first while I'm thinking.
Okay, so when I say like the biggest, I mean like just physical size. They might not be like a natural like predator in the wild, but just like they know the stakes. They know they have to kick my ass and all that. I think I draw the line at deer. I don't think I could take a deer, but I think I could take a wolf. If it's just one wolf, I think I could take a wolf. Wolves are not that big. They're
not
just
that
very
big.
vicious and aggressive. Obviously, they can kill you, but they usually hunt in packs. One wolf is just it's just a large dog. Which I think I can take a big dog.
Riggs. I know you
I'm
think
not saying I'm
large
coming out
dog.
unscathed though.
Have you seen a wolf IRL up close?
No, but
Okay,
my dog.
so when
is
they
literally
say
the size of a
large
wolf.
dog, you know, like those great huge Siberian huskies that people are like, these things are so fucking huge.
They're not that big. If you look up at how big an average wolf is, it's not that big.
They are a little smaller than that. It's still
they're
a size of a
about the
fucking
size
dog.
of my dog.
But they're still pretty vicious. I don't know. Wolf. That is a little contentious. I don't know about that.
I think I could take it. I'm not saying I'm coming out, unscathed. I think I might like lose an arm or maybe a hand or something. But like, I'm fucking getting around that wolf and I'm choke holding it and it's dead. Like I'm winning that fight. But
See,
a deer
I
just kicks
easily
me and I'm
think
dead.
I could strangle a cow. So yeah, I think there's. I'm going up in size.
Do you think you
with
could
an easy-
easily strangle a cow?
compared to
Oh my
killing a
God,
wolf.
dude.
Oh yeah, you just
How
gotta
are
hop
you
on his
gonna-
back,
you
right?
can't-
The cow's just gonna like look at Fro the entire time.
Yeah,
like,
how
bro,
is it,
what
you can't like
what are you
damage
doing?
a cow.
Well, that's why I'm
Like,
not
how-
gonna damage it. I'm gonna strangle it.
But like how? That's what I'm saying. Like
Do
how
you
are
not
you
know
gonna like
what a rear naked chokehold is? Similar.
yeah,
thing.
that's what I would do to the wolf. But how are you gonna
Like
do that to a
the
cow?
cow,
Okay.
the cow's neck is huge, bro.
Yeah, but you only gotta block off the throat.
Oh
I know
my
how big
God.
cows are. Like I know what I said. By the way, I specifically
what's
said
crazy?
cow, not bull either, because I ain't fucking with them horns.
Well, yeah.
No,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
I'm not messing with the bull either.
Now
You
that-
asked
that-
this, and I thought about it the other day because I'd heard this question the other day,
Yeah, it's
And-
gone around a lot.
and I thought a lot about it. And you asked it again, and I got a completely different answer. And I don't
No.
know if I could, but a giraffe.
No shot you're taking a giraffe.
Nah, dude, that
No
thing
shot.
like
You might be able to, dude. I don't know. I don't know how vicious
it
they are.
knees you in the forehead without trying. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
But like,
you have
but
to
like,
jump
they're
to
not
punch him in the
aggressive.
sack.
Yeah, but they would have to be for this scenario. Like,
Whoa, whoa,
the way
okay,
I'm
okay,
assuming
okay.
the question goes is
Giraffes
that
are
they assume
aggressive.
the animal itself knows the
Are
state.
they?
Like,
Giraffes are aggressive and territorial,
I have no idea.
and they
I
trample.
see them in the zoo, and you can feed them, and I think that's sick.
Well-
but I don't know if I could take one.
There's a
so
reason
you want a domesticated zoo giraffe is what you want.
No. I was just saying, like, I just don't. I haven't seen them in the wild or like watched documentaries on them, so I have no idea how vicious they are. But like,
I can't say
from
they're
the
vicious.
idea
They're
of,
just
like,
territorial.
being able to take one out, like, I feel like you might be able to choke out a giraffe.
Now hear me. How the fuck you gonna choke out a giraffe, but you say my cow is crazy? Come on,
Yeah, I feel
you're
like
just trying to choke a
Giraffe's
long
neck's-
necked cow.
The giraffe's neck is smaller, dude.
No, it's not.
I don't know.
It's they're known for the. Okay, all right.
All right, I'm done making Fro
So-
mad. I don't think I can.
Here is my
Oh, this was
my
worth it.
ultimate like out of the box answer, right? And I don't
Yep.
remember the name of the stupid whale, but that stupid whale that doesn't like have teeth, I think I could like choke it because they
Like
can't swallow
most
my
of them?
fat ass. Well, no,
Like, most
no,
of them
it's
don't
it's
have
the
teeth.
no, it's the one that like just does the Kirby eating, right?
See, that's what I wondered too, right? Like, if
I'm
you're
just-
having
I'm
to fight,
just-
let's say you
this
take an
thing. I'm
ocean
gonna make
animal,
this
are
thing
you fighting
choke
them
on
in
my
their
fat
habitat?
ass.
Yeah, I would assume you'd have to fight them in their habitat.
Right.
just
So like,
for-
I assume I get a
you
scuba
can't
tank,
take on
right?
anything
That's-
underwater.
What? I don't get a scuba
I don't
tank. That's
think
not
so.
fun.
I don't
I'd
think
give them
so.
a scuba tank.
Well, if it's like if it's an
Give
ocean
them a
animal,
scuba
I would say that yeah, you're probably in just like a whatever size like tank that you need to be in.
All right,
just
well
you
then,
in
yeah,
it, like,
then
that's
they're
it.
not swallowing my fat ass with a scuba tank on the back, and I'm gonna choke the motherfucker.
Then I fight like a salmon, bro. Salmon get big.
That's why I'm not gonna fight him.
I don't know, dude. I don't know.
You know, I never thought about the idea of bringing in the aquatic animals to it because I feel like a lot of them are very easy. They like even if they were like they knew the assignment, they knew they had to be aggressive. I feel like a salmon's not gonna do much to you.
No, what are they gonna do? Like,
No,
they're
no,
just gonna walk up and like slap you with their,
Gonna, like,
their
try to,
tail
like, yeah,
fin.
it's gonna like
They're
tail slap
they're
you.
Magikarp, dude. They're just a straight up Magikarp.
Yeah, I think cows the extent to the size that I could physically like harm and like kill myself, right? But
Yeah, like
I
no weapons,
easily
nothing, just
could-
bare hands.
yeah, I could. I think if you get a large enough animal that's not necessarily like vicious to the point where they'll like shred you, right? That's why I went with the Kirby whale. I think instead I'll just use my body to choke their ass.
How are you gonna choke a whale?
Because when it goes to eat me, and it's like, guess what? I'm too big. That's why I let.
Bro,
that's why
have you never read Moby
troll-
Dick? It doesn't give a shit.
Well,
Gobble,
those are
gobble.
too big. That's that's too big. That's why I went for this very specific one. I'm sure you've seen the pictures. The like
The Kirby whale,
The
dude.
Kirby
none, of
whale,
us,
yeah.
none of us know what the Kirby whale is, bro.
If you're talking about like a blue whale, that's the only one I know that just
blue whales are
just like eats
fucking
everything.
huge. No, not a blue whale. I'm fucking searching it up right now.
He's like,
I think most whales
Kirby
don't have
whale.
teeth and do what you're talking about. I don't think a lot of whales have teeth. They have like the little like brush-looking things.
I'm really like
it's
trying to
called a
think about
baleen,
this,
I
and
believe.
I don't know, dude.
I think I could. I'm not saying easily. I think I could take a wolf though. I think I draw the line at deer. I don't think we could take a cow. I don't believe
No,
her. I don't
I
think we
think
could take a cow.
see, I kind of drew the line at deer when I was thinking about it before, and I tried to think of like things like could I take an ostrich, and the answer is no because they have claws, and you just lose that battle.
Yeah.
Whale shark.
And whale sharks are like one of the biggest.
Yep,
They're
that's
huge.
the one I was thinking of. It was a little too big though, but
Yeah, there's no way. He's literally hitting you with the Kirby inhale and, and taking your abilities, dude.
no, yeah,
No
I just
question.
I
think
thought
you
I
need to
remember
lower-
them being
lower your
a
expectations.
little smaller.
I think you need to maybe look at like a tuna or something. You're gonna go
Tuna
like
get pretty
fish.
good big too. Oh, you could probably find like a decent sized fish that you could probably take.
yeah.
But
Hold on.
like, I don't know.
I found pictures I was going to show you. I'm like, this is what I was thinking, but I'm on Discord recording, so I can't share it. So I got to share it on my phone. Well, anyways, I found one. It's yeah, I found one. It's like, oh yeah, this is the picture I remember, where it's like they're bigger than humans, but it's like big enough it could try, but probably hurt itself. But then I scrolled and saw some other one. I'm like, no, these things are absolutely fucking massive. That's this one picture is the one I remember, but not accurate. But I will have to say, probably still some large fish that I could stab my arm into its gills and strangle
it. Froze is like, how can I strangle it out?
Yeah.
We're humans. We don't have weapons. I don't have claws.
I know.
I don't have teeth. Every fucking animal's stronger than me. They all run faster.
You do have teeth. You do have teeth.
I don't have fangs. All right. Let's look back to what was one of the major things that humans were able to do that caused our major success way back when? Persistence hunting. Our only advantage is we could keep chasing you until you gave up. That was it. And then we poke you with sharp stick. What do you want me to do? I can't fist fight shit. None of this stuff's gonna care if I punch it.
What about a penguin?
I mean, I feel like you could just like push it over, right?
I feel like the penguin wins by existing,
big.
And they're like, haha, you came to Antarctica, I only have to live for 60 seconds, and you die of hypothermia. Get fucked.
But if I get the scuba gear, why wouldn't I get geared? Why wouldn't I get like gear to keep me warm?
Because even the gear that we have to keep us warm in Antarctica only keeps you good for 60 seconds.
Penguins can survive in like warmer areas. Like you don't have to go to Antarctica. You can just like
so we're fighting this penguin.
We're importing penguins now.
All right, that's fair. I'll take that. I'll take that.
Backyard or something.
Maybe a penguin. I don't know. I feel like there's some big penguins, and I don't feel like even if like they knew the assignment, like what are they? They're not
they
like
have a beak. That's about it.
They have a beak and they can slide efficiently on the snow.
You're about to be the biggest bowling ball or bowling pin they've ever hit. Gonna take out your knees.
They just come flying down the hill. There goes your ACL, dude. You're done.
Out 6 to 8 months.
Did you know that penguins get their fuck on so frequently and often and promiscuously and just with all sorts of varying degrees that scientists back in the day decided to write about it in ancient Greek? Or not ancient Greek, in Greek, just because they thought it was a little too uncivilized to have out in common documents that anyone could read. I'm sorry, not Greek, Latin.
That sounds like a big scientist mentality.
It was literally just like, they were just so perverse of a creature. They're like, this is too uncivilized to write about in English. We got to write about it in Latin to sound more scientific and fancier.
We need to make sure only a select number of people can read this. That's what they're really after.
All right. So what were the final verdicts? So Fro, you've got a cow on land and a whale shark.
No, I'm gonna redact that whale shark now that I have seen the actual sizes. I was misremembering.
Did you downgrade it like a large tuna or something?
I don't know about that because I've seen the other guys, and he makes a very compelling argument about a 2,000
All right,
pound tuna.
how about we just do land? Just do land. So you have a
All right,
cow.
I'm strangling a cow.
All right. Blaze,
Dude, I think I take the penguin, dude. Like an emperor penguin. They're big, dude.
They are pretty big.
I feel bad
I've
for you
seen
because
Surf's Up.
you can't choke them out.
I've
So I'm
seen Surf's
imagining
Up.
you
I've seen
just literally punching this penguin to death, and it's like, oh, this poor penguin.
Yeah,
I know, like I would see. The problem is, I would feel bad. I would feel bad about killing the penguin, but like I think a penguin. I mean,
After the third time I power bombed him, though,
yeah, you could put on like a whole WWE match with the penguin. Like you don't have to worry about your survival.
Oh
you
my
can
God.
make it entertaining.
You know those
Just like
videos of the killer
people's
whales.
elbowing.
You know the videos of the killer whales like playing with the penguin bodies. I'm just imagining that with Blake. Okay, killer whales when they kill penguins, they will like literally treat them like soccer balls. Right? Like they will.
That's so.
Killer whales
They
are
just get bored and they're just like, hey.
No, yeah, killer whale. Okay, you know how cats get evil when they kill stuff, right? Or while they're killing stuff.
Yeah.
Killer whales are that, but in the water. Like they legitimately the scientists are unsure if they're doing it as a game or not, but they will literally just take their fin and smack seals or penguins as high up in the air as they can, even after they're dead.
There's a thing called a mega penguin. What is this, dude? All right, anyways,
Googling mega penguin.
Dude, they get like it says 6 feet 8 inches. I don't know if I fight that one. I could fight the emperor penguin though.
Yo, this thing's
Emperor says it's.
Oh my God,
4 foot.
this thing's taller than humans. What?
Yeah, dude, it's huge. I don't know if we take that one. Maybe we leave that one alone.
This can't be
I would
real.
say emperor.
This has to be.
So
like,
we have size.
It's
chart
prehistoric.
Right?
Okay.
Emperor penguin anywhere between like 3.6 to 4.3 feet tall and about 50 pounds. So that's Blaise's.
I feel like they would have been bigger. Yeah, cow, huge. Cows weigh like a ton.
Cow, the height doesn't give me a height, but it gives me a weight. It gives me about it's kilograms. It's going about 1,000 pounds to 4,000 pounds.
Yeah, dude.
That's froze. And then I said I could take a wolf. The average male wolf is about 180 pounds. But they're only like 2 feet tall. So
Riggs is going for a swift kick on the wolf. That's what I feel like. He's like,
no
he's
way.
like,
I'm on his back, and I'm just
putting it to sleep, whispering a sweet nothing in its ear.
I'm just saying, shh, shh, shh.
Go to sleep.
Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep.
I can't relate. I'm doing the same thing. Listen here, T-Bone. Go to bed.
Yeah, but yours is like, oh.
Okay, their necks are huge, but you're exaggerating a little bit. Like you can wrap your arm around their neck.
I wouldn't be able to tell you. I've never done it.
I grew up around farmers. One of my best friends growing up. Like
not.
I would have to help him feed his cows. Like,
I mean, I did too. I just don't think I'm killing a cow.
I kind of want to make
maybe
this
I could.
the new CC instead of the Guardian thing. Just, what animal could you take in a fight?
No. If we want a real CC, and I think this has been brought up before, but this is one that I think just truly brings out a lot of good nuance answers. Would you rather have to fight a monkey with a sword once a year, or have to kill a chicken every time you opened your car door? Like you have to try to kill this chicken, like strangle it, or a monkey with a sword once a year. I mean, you're not caught off guard by either of them. You know it's going to happen every time. When it's going to happen, you're playing.
That's the easiest question I've ever heard.
Let's hear it.
Who would pick chicken?
You think so? You're going to fight this crazy monkey with a sword once a year?
Do I get a sword as well, or am I unarmed?
Yeah, but I don't think it really matters. But yeah, you do.
Oh, then yeah, I'm easy. I'm whipping this fucking monkey's ass. Are you kidding me? No shot this monkey has a chance.
Riggs, this is the part where I got to ask you. Have you ever seen a monkey without any hair?
Yes, we already went through this. It looks like fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I don't know if I could stop his sword swings. That's my thing. I think my wrist might be in danger if I even tried to block.
You guys have to be a better technician. He'll have the power. You have the technique.
Oh my
Listen,
goodness.
I know how to parry. I know how to stab.
I don't.
I've watched a lot of Star Wars, dude. I've watched Lord of the
Parrying
Rings. I know what
only
they do. I'll
matters
just emulate.
if you have a certain level of strength compared to them to be able to do that. There is a minimum requirement.
What, can I hold the sword?
What's that?
Can I hold the sword?
As long as I'm strong
you have
enough
to
to
pass
hold
a
the
check,
sword.
dude. You gotta pass a check.
Oh shit, we're playing D&D
Well,
rules.
no,
I'm
no, no,
fucked.
no,
Yeah,
no,
bad
no, no,
luck.
no, 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 no. I mean, okay, like, yeah, parrying's a thing, right? But if something is just so overtly strong, I don't care if you try to parry it; they're gonna power through your parry. You're not gonna be
Nah,
able to
still beat his
redirect.
I mean, the
That's
big
still
brain
why I'm
answer is I just get a car that doesn't have doors, aka a Jeep, and then I don't have to fight either.
Or like like a motorcycle or something.
Yeah. Boom.
Yeah.
Then I don't have
Not
to deal with the
feasible
monkey
here
or the
in
chickens.
Michigan, but not all year.
I mean, chicken in the snow, I feel like that's not going to be rough.
No, it's not.
Just shove it face first in the snow. It can't get out.
I'll have to go defrost it so I can make some chicken wings afterwards, but it'll be fine.
Now, I can put some input in on this one because I actually have had to put a chicken down before. Yeah, it's not too terribly hard.
Yeah, I feel like that's easier than the monkey. Monkey's wild, dude. You have no idea what's going on in that monkey's head.
Speaking of
But
monkeys, there's
I
a
was gonna say-
monkey in Smite.
I was gonna say, speaking of hunting things, I had an awesome
whose games
Artemis
were we
game
on?
where I went 11-0 and 9. It felt really good.
Yeah.
Tusky didn't though. Tusky can kick rocks. Okay, I'm tired of Tusky's AI just deciding like it just doesn't want to be Tusky and do whatever it wants to do.
Summon Tusky's like, I am brute minion now. It's like, no.
Yeah, I will stand here.
My
I will
favorite-
watch you battle.
My favorite is when you have the enemy in the like middle targeter for it, and he goes
Yep.
like backwards to somebody else. And I'm
Yeah.
like, what?
Or you fire it and like they're in the range when it fires, but like they somehow got out of its range and he just stands there and like looks around. And he's like-
That's because the animation time. That one happens.
I hate it. I hate it, dude. Oh my god. It drives me insane. I also got bodied by a Scotty this week, so I decided to play Scotty, and Scotty feels real nice right now. Real nice. You go
bet
the
she
the
does.
Jotuns, the Soul Eater Jotuns with Soul Eater, and like, that's nice. Other than that,
Yo, Calder probably gains you
Uh,
a shit ton of health when you ult.
yes, he does. I got bodied pretty much all the rest of the week besides like if you're playing ADC right now and you're building Cal, right? Buy Leader's Cal. Just do it. It's the better Cal. just do it. You will not regret it. It's gonna feel so good.
I said that last week. I think that item's kind of sneaky good.
Oh, it's sneaky good, dude. Oh my god. Like, and
Yeah,
especially
leader's
like
the
if
one
you
that
have
gives
a
you the
mage on your
attack speed
team.
when you're by allies, right?
No, increase power. And
It
then
used to
this
be
org
attack
gains
speed.
bonus stack for each ally god within 55 units, and it provides an additional 3% power.
Oh, I was thinking hunters. My bad.
Yeah, so you get you be slapping, and
Yeah.
you get 300 health. I mean that feels pretty good. Other than that, I played Set in solo because I got solo, and I was like, you know what I want to do? I want to run Set. I watched Sam Marbach play it the other day. I feel like I could do that, and I ran it down against I think it was a Guan Yu. Yeah, that Guan Yu did not have a fun time. He did have a fun time when he won the game because like Fro, I had this rude idiot in my game playing Mulan, and the Mulan support I had. Look, okay, I'm all about Mulan support. Feels good. What I'm not
Does it?
about is when I am the only positive person on the team. In fact, there are 14 kills and I have 10 of them. Is for you to start BMing the jungle, mid, and carry going 0 and 10, 0 and 7, 1 and 7. You can't say anything. Bro, you're 3 and 11. And you built Sentinel's Boon, Gauntlet of Thebes, Jotun's Talisman of Energy, Pridwin, and Brawlers. What was your plan? Okay?
I love
I'm
when the person who's like carrying the team is able to come in and clap back to the one running their mouth when they're running their mouth to
Yeah,
someone else.
so I did.
It's always great.
He kept like spamming that, and I was like, in what world do you think spamming someone's KDA is useful? Like, in what world do you think being rude to people makes them want to listen to you? And man, he got real quiet.
Good.
Mulan was just
Good. That's all we wanted.
super silent there for a while. And that's
all
we
we
wanted. Okay.
You know what? I wish some people,
in fact,
like, not to be too much of a dick. It's not like a good fuck you. I don't want you to say anything. But
yeah,
it is a bit. If you don't have anything nice to say, shut the fuck up.
right.
So I don't have a problem when people
thing.
shut the fuck up like that, because you understood the assignment. Thank you. We can
you're
leave it
playing
at that.
support, right? And you're mad at the carries for being where they're at. But you built Talisman of Energy over building anti-heal when they had a Bastet with healing. They had a Hades, an Artio, Guan Yu, and then an Artemis. Like, what? I that's the thing. If you're gonna sit there
I'm
and
always
roast
torn
people
on that though, because the
and dive 1v5,
the aura anti-heals kind of suck. But
yeah, I mean, I get
when
it.
they have
but
that
like,
much, you kind of have to always have it though.
Yeah, it was one of those things. If this is just a normal team where they have, like, let's say, like, just the Hades, cool. Don't build it. I don't care. But like, we don't have a traditional hunter on our team, so we don't have crit. We don't have a way to tear through that team. It was just you can't start roasting people and then you're playing support, but you're diving 1v5 and then blaming everybody else. Like, you need to look back at yourself and be like, man, I didn't play very well. I do that very often. I had many games where, like, I played Daji this week because I've been asked to role swap back to jungle for my team. And I went 8-16, and it did not feel good. But I tell you what, all those 16 deaths led to a kill and led to, like, us almost winning the game. I got like a 3-man pull with my on powwow, and like, if I'm sacrificing my life and we're getting something off of it, then that's completely fine with me. Could I have played better? Absolutely. But at the same time, my job is literally to burn beads and hopefully trade my life for somebody.
Yeah, I
but I
think
didn't
I've
play
said
well.
this a few times, but sometimes you gotta assume the position.
Yep. Sometimes you're utility, and that's just the way it is. And I had a lot of those games this week. I've lost like my last 6 Smite games or something like that. It's been rough. I'm right there with you, Fro. It's like, I already kind of feel down about the game. And it's been a rough time. I'm hoping that changes will help once midseason comes around, but I think there's a lot of changes going on in Smite right now at the same time, which is a kind of a typical thing for high res to do. The nice thing is a lot of these were on the god side are smaller. On the item side, there's smaller changes, which is better. But the overall changes to Conquest have been so drastic. It puts the game in a very weird state. Like, I'm convinced that if I just queued non-Conquest, I'd probably be a happier Smite player right now.
I'm feeling the opposite. I'm getting so frustrated with non-Conquest that I think it's time to just go back to Conquest.
And that might be it. I was gonna say, I haven't played a lot of non-Conquest. I play them here and there, and when I play them, I'm like, oh, that was a good time. But it could be like, hey, I'm just getting that one good queue. You know what I mean? Whereas in Conquest, it's so. Aggro talked about it, like the meta shift is so drastic. Like, you have a lot of people in roles that just don't know what to do. Like, I think support is that role right now. Supports have no idea what to do. Because if you have a frontliner that picks a hunter, or your solo picks hunter, then like you're the only tank. And you're like, okay, well, do I initiate or do I peel for the backline? We saw that yesterday with SPL games. So I don't know. I think support's in a very weird spot. I think hunter, I don't want to say is cookie cutter, but I think there's a lot of options that are all good right now. I've heard mages feel bad, but like every time I play a mage, it feels good.
You still need, me and Fro talked about that last week. I think you still need a mage, even though their items maybe aren't as good as they were like beginning of the season.
Yeah.
But you still do need a mage, because if you don't have the AoE damage, I feel like you're gonna be slack. Like, you do like, really feel the lack of AoE if you don't have it.
I know how this is gonna sound.
In my opinion, part of the reason why mages are still feeling nice is because when there's only one tank, all your AoE is going on squish.
Yep. And I was gonna say, I know it's gonna sound bad, but like, I played a game of Nuwa the other day, and I'm not an avid Nuwa player. I was just like, I saw this in a game earlier. I want to try out something. And we had a Hades jungle. He was like, I'm gonna play Hades jungle, so when you don't do damage, we have magical damage. I was like, all right, sick, dude. And I ended that game with like
Thanks for the
90,000
confidence,
damage.
bitch.
Yeah, I did 90,000 damage, and off of one of my ults that didn't get kills, he got a penta. And then after the game, he was like, "Man, I guess you really did damage." I was like, "Yeah, I'm not just gonna sit there and do nothing the whole entire game. I hope." Um, but like, I think mages still have a place. I think Hades is really good right now. I think Baron's really good. But I do think there's just a lot of meta shift right now where conquest for casuals is very rough in a sense if you're not queuing with 5-man or even a 3-man. But
Yeah,
Riggs, how are your games, man?
I'm gonna sum it up in 3 things,
Oh my
right?
God, we're 45 minutes in and we haven't got to your games yet.
That's why I'm
No.
doing 3 things.
No, we went off on the hunt.
Played a lot of solo queue, lost a lot of those. I've been messing around with a warrior build since they, Glad Shield's OP, holy shit. It does 100 damage to the other tank now in solo lane. Ho ho ho. But like,
It's broken.
yeah. Even to like a squishy,
that's pretty
it only
strong,
does like
but
it only does like 200 damage to like a squishy.
I mean, it's
which
definitely
is-
better. It's definitely
Yeah.
a good item. I don't think it's broken.
No, yeah. But I think there was a lot of overreaction to Glad
100%.
Shield's broken, King Arthur's broken. It's like it at the end of the day, it does like an extra 150, 200 damage. It's not like it's crazy. But I've been trying to. There's like a prop build going around with that, like because it scales off your protection. So you go like Thebes, Urchin, Glad Shield, and then insert prop items after that, whatever you might need. And granted, this is in jungle practice. This was very skewed data, but there was a point where I full comboed 2 of the Odins in jungle practice, and I did like 1,500 damage with Glad Shield procs.
on who?
Ooh.
And just like it was jungle
Who are you
practice
on?
Odin, so take it how you will. King Arthur. And I full combo did all my abilities on the 2 Odin bots in jungle practice, and it ended up doing over 1,500 damage in just Glad Shield procs alone.
Now, I know Riggs knows
Captain
this, but
Beyblade
just
himself.
to remind all the listeners, the jungle bots don't have prots.
Right.
I did scale the prots a tiny bit, but
Okay.
I don't know the exact numbers. But I mean, granted, again, it's jungle practice. Take it how you will. It was just I was just fucking around. But
like I said, I know you got this. Just to remind the listeners.
yeah,
That's one thing
So
that
there's
took me
that,
a
if you
while
wanna
because
have
I
some
didn't know
fun.
that when I first started playing. And so like I would do these builds and I'd try these guys in jungle practice. I'm like, oh my God, this guy is fucking crazy. He's killing people. And then I would go back and play in IRL. I'm like, I'm not doing damage. What happened here? And then
Where'd
like
all the
obviously I
numbies
eventually
go?
found out- Yeah. I eventually found out that it's like they just don't have prots. That's why. And it's like that makes sense, I guess, but
And then poor Bright, I was playing with Bright, and I was telling him to do that build. So we do a slash, and he plays Arthur, and he's doing that build. And poor Bright, we got into a Scylla, Artemis, and Thanatos, so you could silence out anything you did. Two root cripples, a Yamojo that was being annoying. It was just like, and a Morgan Le Fay with self peel, all that. It was like he literally could not do anything. I felt bad for him after that. But yeah, if you want to have fun on a warrior, try out just go ultra mega prop mode and just buy Glad Shield. And then
on a
third
warrior,
thing,
go fuck yourself.
yeah, that's true. Third thing, played a hunter, went 17-1. Surprise, surprise, I built crit. Who would have thought? You build crit.
It's supposedly
Hunter.
good.
Oh,
It's also
Yeah.
Oh, Riggs, that just reminded me. Oh, I played a Gilgamesh game this week, right? And I like me some Daddy Gil, right? So 2 things. Real quickly, I lucked out, and by the way, my quest was literally on our tower line. I don't know why that's a quest location on the assault map for Gilgamesh, but it's literally.
Oh yeah, it is.
When did you hit 5? Oh, yeah, that's right. You start level 5, right? In assault.
Yeah, so it's literally on the
So
tower.
that's why. Yeah, it's based on where you hit level 5.
No, because sometimes it'll put it by the enemy orb.
Really?
Yeah.
I've had it a couple times, and
by
it's usually like on my tower line.
yeah, I've had it like yeah. It's usually somewhere between orb to orb, right?
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, yeah, you
but
got
anyways,
lucky on that one, but it.
fuck was I going with this? Pick Gilgamesh.
Gilgamesh Assault, good passive spot.
Gilgamesh incoming.
You would probably drop kick some people.
You got a free item.
I mentioned going really like 17-1 Hunter, and you were like, oh, Gilgamesh.
You heard crit.
Yeah, crit. Ringing a bell. No.
And before Fro's like, we did the crit Gilgamesh, and man, when I tell you, I was slapping.
Is Fro still alive?
Is Fro still here?
Oh.
Oh no. Well,
That's Fro?
that's a tough time, dude. I don't know.
Can't wait for the magic of editing, and then all of a sudden Fro will be back.
I'm back now. I'm back.
Okay.
Sorry, it just got like incredibly loud. So.
Oh, you're good. Did we figure out what's going on with Gilgamesh?
Was he incoming?
Oh yeah, benevolence is kind of busty in assaults. Because I bought benevolence on Gilgamesh, because on Gilgamesh I go HP, right? Bunch of HP.
How does
So
that have anything to do
benevolence?
with crit?
Well, it's because I said we were talking about warriors, right?
We're talking about hunters.
Oh, yeah.
No, I wasn't. What you said was not anything. I interrupted you, so I'm said sorry, Riggs. It's when I said if you want to have a good time on warriors, get fucked. I mentioned the warriors, so that's why. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. So I never quite understood the benevolence passive. I guess. I mean, I did understand it, but I didn't realize that
it's good.
How it triggers and everything.
Yeah, it's good.
It's stupid fucking busted in assault. Like,
yeah,
on certain gods in certain situations. Because, like, dude, I just constant healing. It was just every wave, just constant healing, like a sizable amount. And it's like, wait a minute. And then like fights would break out, and yeah, no, it's a little better than I thought it was.
Yeah, it's not a bad item. It's really not.
Well, it's just the way it was worded. It makes it seem like you just won't ever get any stacks, right? Until I realized you get stacks off the assist. I'm like, oh, that changes everything on this.
Honestly, it probably should be built in Conquest right now with the way support is. It probably would actually feel really good.
It usually is for the most part. At least at like high level games, it is. But every once in a while you'll see like a Sentinels, but
I see a lot of Sentinels, and I'm just like, buy benevolence.
Yeah.
Do the right thing.
That's you can go back. You can go back to fragging on hunters, Riggs. I'm sorry.
I mean, that was it. You just play hunters. Build crit.
No, don't do that. Stop it.
Don't do that, please. I'm tired of seeing it in like 3, maybe 4 rolls. Please stop.
Yeah, that's the thing. Do it. That way it will stop being a thing. They'll nerf it. The more data they have saying it's broken, they'll do it.
That is fair.
It's not even the fact it's broken.
But the thing is, if people are losing, and skewing it in the wrong way, their changes are already going through. Let's be real. I can honestly tell changes have already gone through.
Yeah, change is already happening, right? But like the idea, so like
changes.
Are hunters good? Yes. Are hunters even better because solos are playing hunters? Yes, because it gives you more crits on a squishy target. Like if we all just went into assault or into conquest right now and we picked, I don't know, an assassin and then we pick a support and 3 hunters, like there's 4 squishy targets. Possibly. Maybe the jungle builds hybrid, maybe they build a little bit tanky. But like if you build crit into that, it doesn't matter what the crit setup is. You are going to chunk those 3 people that are playing hunters because they're not building any type of sustain to stay alive. I don't know. I have like varying degrees of difficulty with it where people are like, hunters are absolutely broken, but like warriors aren't terrible. I think there's like a big misconception about like warriors being bad, and warriors are not bad. Do I think warriors could use some tweaks? Yes, I do. Do I think Guardians are in a bad place. Yes, Guardians and like supports are in a horrendous place right now. Um, but I think carry finally kind of feels like a role you can carry from, which it hasn't necessarily felt like in like over a season. So I don't know. I have a varying degree of thoughts upon it.
Speaking of hunters, I was gonna
I'm gonna
mention
have to
real
disagree
quick.
with you not being able to carry from the carry role, but on the same hand, not completely disagree. Because I felt like you definitely could be able to carry, but I do understand what you're saying because in some aspects it didn't matter. Because
No, it did
you could be
that's what I
carrying your
mean.
ass off, but this fucking anchor just drags you down anyways and you guys lose, you know?
Or
Or
like
like you're
you're
not
eight
able
and
to you're
one.
able to apply it, and yes, you can get pressure on your side of the map, but you can't ever turn that into victory, right?
Right. And then
Or
that was the
actual,
problem.
yeah.
Or you get to
I
team fight and a warrior can just solo dive you and kill you immediately. Like that doesn't feel good.
right, like you were
Um,
running the show up until the two lanes finally meet, and it's like, okay, cool. I can't do anything about this guy, even though I'm literally fucking stomping everybody else. I get that. I also
Yeah.
think warriors are probably in a spot closer to where they deserve to be, or not necessarily deserve to be.
oh,
Should
I
be.
agree. Yeah,
Uh,
I like I said, I think they need
it's
some
just
small
the
tweaks.
hunters outshining everyone else right now.
Yeah, they
Is
need to make a
kind of the
decision
bigger
on
thing.
crit. I mean, that's what it
They,
comes down to.
they
They
need
need
to
to make a
also
decision
make a
on
decision
crit and
on
items.
and hybrid items.
Yeah.
Because you can't have hybrid items be this bad and then complain about hunters being good, because that's the counter to hunters is warriors with hybrid items that can deal with hunters.
Yep.
Which was weird
Don't
when
worry.
they buffed Glad Shield, because it was like the whole point was we don't want hybrid items to be good, but then let's buff a hybrid item to be good because warriors are bad, which is like
Especially one of the most frustrating hybrid items, and the one
funny
that
how that
brings out the
works.
most frustrating warriors, right?
They just got to make a decision on that. If the community
Yeah, it's
doesn't like
kind of like
hybrid items, then you got to do something about hunters, because hunters are going to shine with no hybrid items on warriors.
well, it's kind of like what we see with like even the tower phoenix changes like in conquest, like they buff towers and phoenixes in the next patch, like they switch around. They're like, hey, we don't want them to be like that strong, and it's like, but that was good. And then like
Yeah,
now this coming up patch, they're like, hey, we're gonna revert back to what we did like 2 patches ago. And
There
I
was
get that they want that
some
test data. They want that
yeah. There's
data. They want that information from the community. I 100% get that, but it's one of those things like it just feels bad when it keeps going back and forth, back and forth.
Well, there was
It's
also
almost
some
like this
inconsistencies
9.5.
that feel bad too that some people weren't noticing. Like, why the fuck does the T1 tower hit just as hard, if not harder, than the T2?
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense. Especially by the time you
It
get to the
feels to
T2 to
me
be more threatening, you know. And they were kind of getting that situation where it's like it was. I don't remember exactly if it was hitting harder, but it was like pretty much so as hard. I do know that as a T2 tower. So it was like, are we gonna just make them the same or are they different?
it kind of
And
feels
if
to
they're
me like
different, why
9.5
is the
update.
T1 the stronger one?
Like the
What is
9.5 update is like almost like a beta testing kind of thing. Like ever since that, like because it's like there's been so many changes. There's a huge drastic change. It's like, hey, we're gonna do this crazy big thing. Everyone's tankier, blah blah blah. And then it's like, just roll with the punches. We're gonna be making a lot of changes. You guys are kind of like our, I mean, we always the game's always changing and all that, but like at this point, it kind of feels like it's almost like a beta game, like where it's like,
Yeah,
hey,
it's
new patch that just reverted the change we just made 2 patches ago, because we actually like it better that way. But then the next patch we're gonna change something that we just changed right now because it's not working right. It's like we usually don't see this many changes that are direct changes that were like just went through like a patch ago.
To gameplay
Well,
mechanics, right? Or
Yeah,
core gameplay elements such as adding 300 health to everybody. DR
Yeah.
changes.
well, I was gonna say, and it makes you wonder like what the heck is coming for midseason. Like I gave with all these changes before midseason, like midseason's gonna be wild. That's
it's
all
got
I
to
know.
be the new
I
glyphs,
I
right?
would not be surprised if mid-season maybe just like glyphs like Rig says, but is not as exciting as a lot of the other ones because of all these.
See, I think there's gonna be glyphs, and I wonder. I wonder. Oh, we'll see glyphs, but I'm wondering if we're gonna see some like actual drastic changes to the crit items themselves.
I'd like to see
We
it.
we talked about that a little bit earlier. Like, I mean, like earlier before recording for like, there's issues with the crit items and the way they're statted. Like, they're just in the sense of like, there's just a lot of like, some of them are so padded where it's like, put that in the passive or just take it out, and like, and then it's a better item. Um, but we'll see what they do.
Yeah, we have talked about it a few times on this show about how the crit items just give you every stat you need in the items themselves, which is a bit of a problem. You should have to, if I'm going crit, you got to invest into it, but then you also should have to sacrifice something to go that build, right?
Yep.
It's just not really happening right now. I
You
would
mean
like to
that you
see
should be able to
changes
get 40% pen with crit and full attack speed.
with lifesteal
Yeah.
and
With two
power.
lifesteal
Yeah,
items.
there's just a lot of there's a lot of issues, but I've talked to people too. Like, if you look at League, like every ADC item has crit on it, like all of them have crit. But in that game, it's the calculations are different. But like, you're also talking about a game where you point and click on somebody and you hit them, and in Smite you have to literally aim and know how to hit somebody. It's an interesting dynamic
Not
with them
only
both
not
being
only do you
MOBAs,
have to
but
aim,
the
they can
ideas are just
juke.
different. Yeah,
That right there is a huge element to the whether it feels good or feels bad, depending on which end you're on, right?
right.
Yeah,
All right, my bad. I didn't mean to divvy off there too much.
No, you're good. You're good. And I think it's fair,
Uh,
to compare it to games like League, which is another MOBA, even though it is a different mechanic. But then, like you said, how they treat their crit is different because of that. Because I do feel like our crits should feel probably a little more rewarding when you hit them, because it takes a little more skill to hit the autos.
Crit in
So,
League
I
feels
mean-
good. I play carry on like Wild Rift and stuff, and like crit in League, like when you hit a crit, it feels nice.
But I also don't know how their anti-crit items are, nor do I know necessarily how their ADC item or stats work. I do know they have their attack power, basic attack power versus ability power, AP, and whatever the fuck it's called.
It depends
I
on
don't
it
remember.
depends on the champion and what you want to do. But they have
Yeah,
an item that when you auto, that allows your auto to like fire multiple autos at a time,
Right, and we have oboe
and that's
and things
crazy.
like that.
Yeah.
To do something similar, but I mean that's a Jibalanke ability, also.
Yeah.
So there
But
are
that's
things
what I'm saying. Like, that's on every. You can buy that on any carry. Like, that's wild. Because like in Smite, that could not happen. Like, we could not have that. That would be absolutely broken.
Yeah, it's just interesting. I do think the items and I would like to see some big changes to the items in the stores. Like, I still think, I know a lot of people think it's not a good idea, but I still think it'd be nice to have at least 2 to 3 items that are exclusive to each class.
I'm not against that. I also think we need better anti-crit. Like, Spectral sucks.
I would like
Why
to
they
do
ever
more
nerfed
than
it, I
just
don't
reduce
understand.
how much they crit. Like, I understand why they got
Or
rid of the block stacks and the Mian, but could we, like, maybe throw in some more interesting mechanics? Like, if I get crit, I can have a small, like, disarm around me, or
gives movement speed.
gives me
That'd be
movement
kinda-
speed. I know we got
something.
Midgard, which
or prevents
reduces
being crit
those.
for like X amount of seconds, like a Huyi passive kind of thing, where like if you get
Yeah.
crit once, you can't get crit again for like 4 seconds or something. I don't know.
Literally just the next crit. The next crit isn't a crit, or
Even the next crit, like
the next.
or
If
I-
you
like,
get
I-
crit, the next auto is blocked. You know what I mean? Like an Amian, but reworked in a way. Like, there are more ways, I think, than just the spectral reduce it, and I mean there are the block stacks on Amian, but I did
Also, hear me
kind
out.
of like the old one of reflecting it. I think that mechanic should be brought back. Maybe
Just
it
give me
doesn't
an
have to
aura
be an
anti-crit
Amian.
item.
Aura anti-crit.
Yeah, I'd like that, and like not horrific emblem, because that's what people will argue. Like, it's not. I want an item that you can
Take
build that is
spectral,
and-
reduce the amount it does, and
Yeah.
turn it into an aura.
Yeah.
That would
I
make
have a
spectral
feeling-
feel so much fucking better.
Oh, it would.
I
100%.
100% agree
You
with
don't even
that.
have to reduce it a lot. Reduce it by like 5% and then give it as an aura. Or leave it as it is and then add an aura that gives 10% to allies or something like. You know what I mean? Like just something.
No, I'm with that.
I
Yeah.
also think
No. Because playing when the enemy is going crit and you are a frontliner, it's a fucking feels bad because there are a lot of times you just can't do shit to help your ally if you don't turn and instantly give the CC.
Yep.
Or if they're just too far away because someone blinked past you or whatever, which, I mean, you could be argued you outplayed, they played well, certain situations like that. But we've all been in the ones like, well, literally there was just zero anybody could do type thing or something like that. When the enemy's going crit, there's not much as a guardian you can fucking do.
No,
They die a lot of times. They just get blown up instantly. And it's like, well, and I guess these changes were supposed to help with that, the DR changes and the added health. And it has kind of. Not, I think some people are able to survive an extra auto or half a one sometimes. I don't know.
Yeah,
I have a feeling
don't
they're
know.
gonna. I have a feeling they're gonna touch relics more than there are items in midseason. I feel like they're gonna make Shell do something like that. They're gonna like.
that, and I would be okay with that. Like that's fine.
Like-
Even give us an anti-relic, an anti-crit relic.
I feel like they're gonna like nerf Shell to like not be as good against basics, but then they're gonna add like your team gets like an anti-crit effect or something like that to like Shell.
I think Thebes is going to be a glyph item at mid-season. I think Thebes needs to be a glyph item for supports. Like they need a actual better support glyph item. Because breastplate
they don't
and
have one.
no, I'll say they don't have one. Like they have to.
They have
their choices are.
The only one they could ever
Amulet
build
and
is Amulet. Yeah.
yeah, and it's not. I don't know. It's okay.
I'm not going to consider
And
those ones.
You're not really buying Heartward. Like
Right. You just
Over
need
anything.
you need a
Let's say you buy
support
Heartward.
glyph.
Let's say you buy Heartward, right? You get the fucking purple one, which is the silence one, right? Fuck Guardian gives a shit about like autoing. Like you should be mixing autos in if you can, but that is the
changed that.
Did they? How's it activate now? I'll bitch about the other one while you Google that thing. So let's look at the other side, right?
I'll check. Really
It's a support item that reduces your physical protections, and that's all it. I mean, it ups your magical protections in a various amount. But what if I don't want my physical prots reduced? I don't. Why am I paying for you to take away some of my prots? And granted, again, it's converting. It is. So you're not actually losing. But let's say I bought this as my only magical defense item because there was a physical heavy team, but I felt like they had a Zeus or an Alpoish, so a Heart Ward was warranted to help. Maybe I'm diving a little more or whatever. They're poking the back line, and that's where I'm at. Whatever. I felt like Heart Ward was the option. Why would I, if I'm trying to get super physical tanky, want to buy that at all? And then if it's a heavy magical team where it's like, hell yeah, I want a lot of magical prots, I'm not buying a lot of fizz prots. So I'm not going to have much to convert. And what I do have, I don't want to get rid of. Like, there's a lot. It's like, dude, it was my Thebes and Pridwin. That was it. Like, that's all I had for fizz prots. Like, I mean, it's a decent amount. Don't get me wrong. But, like, I mean, they still had insert, Naja or Susano Bassetts. Like, they still had someone that I had to worry about. I couldn't negate my fizz prots. That's why I bought hybrid, not pure magical. So what the fuck would I want that for?
Look, all I'm saying is I want Thebes of Renewal. All right, Male Renewal just gets wrapped into Thebes.
Shut your whore mouth. I'll buy it.
I would buy it.
Make that the 2600. The 2600 support item.
I wouldn't even be mad about that in other roles. That item would be sick.
All right, Riggs. Let's see what's
right,
the purple.
You're right. It's basically when they changed it, I thought that they changed it away from the base attacks, but they just made it so it doesn't proc on minions.
Yeah.
So you have to you'll store the charge until you hit a god with an auto.
Yeah. So here this glyph is I got to get hit a couple times like a fucking idiot. I'd prefer to juke if possible, but fuck it. I mean, you do get hit. You're frontlining.
Yeah, you gotta run it down. Hit. You got a W key.
In order for me to then hopefully be in range on someone that I want to activate this on, like the mage or their guardian, maybe their assassin. And
to be fair, that might actually be kind of sick on like
gotta be at a time that I'm actually wanting or actually capable to weave in one of the last things as a guardian that I'm worried about, and that's auto attacking. Like even on Guardian, I pay more attention on when I'm playing support or like a frontliner in general about where my position is versus the hunter versus my carry than actually trying to weave in an auto attack most of the time. Unless it's like we're diving this dude, we're trying to kill. I don't fucking auto on Guardians. Like what the fuck's my Geb auto gonna do? Let me smack you with this rocky hand. Ooh, like no one fucking cares.
You're building that damage Deb, dude.
I mean, yeah, if I'm doing damage Geb, but then
Also,
I'm not
this makes me
buying
miss Hat of
this.
Purgatory because I thought of a great idea with just that item that involves Nox and Ankile and just silencing them on cooldown.
I mean, put it in the thing. Put it in the
I have
thing.
to think about the rest of the build. Let me think about the rest of it. I'm on it though.
It would have to have like mantle, the stuns and the silences. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. I don't. I just it's very awkward, and I don't consider breastplate necessarily a support item, although it can be picked up. I'm not gonna say it's not an option. I just when you guys said support glyphs, I wouldn't consider that as a support glyph, just kind of a frontliner glyph, and it's definitely more geared towards solo. But it is good. It is good. Like right now, I know like some post supports are fitting it in their build because of the pure stats on it. But like I said, I just wouldn't consider that a support glyph.
Speaking of pro supports,
Oh
SPL's
god,
back.
dude. Yes, it is.
That's all I was gonna say. SPL's
Okay,
back.
I thought you were about to go
going
on the rant of that how they've been tweeting, dude. They've been mad.
Oh yeah, I mean every pro player that plays a role tweeting saying their role's the worst. I mean, it is what it is.
I'm tired of it. Yeah,
it's annoying, but I mean, I think the only reason they're doing it is because it worked for Zapman, because Zapman's been tweeting about how hunters have been shit for like 4 years now, and
yeah.
now they're finally the best class in the game, and he's still saying that they're shit. So
I mean, to be fair, his is almost satire, right? Like
yeah,
it's like
he's got to be joking at some point.
yeah.
So I hate to derail us, but I'm just fucking great at doing that today. We mentioned Twitter and we mentioned the SPL, and this is something that brought up in the alumni Olympian Discord. What is your thoughts on the SMITE Pro Twitter tweeting some pretty random shit lately? Because I've heard some negative feedback, basically.
I haven't noticed.
There was some.
Well,
I'm gonna go look real quick because I remember seeing it. I know what you're talking about.
That was part of the thing. That was one argument, Riggs. You didn't notice? Exactly. So what the fuck was the point of the tweet? There was one at like 5 a.m. in the morning, like, hey, I'm at an airport. Let's do an AMA. At 5 a.m. EST in the morning on SMITE Pro.
What?
Why?
I definitely did not see that one.
Or it was something along that lines, and it's just been other ones like that. And then it also got turned into, should maybe the coaches or team captains, but probably coaches, be put in charge of the different team Twitters?
I think they are, aren't they?
No,
are they not? So. I thought that was one of the changes that was supposed to be happening.
It might have changed since last season, but I remember that when they introduced the whole thing, it was like they had assigned people that were in charge of it.
I know last year, I think it was one person in charge of all of them, was my understanding. I could be absolutely incorrect about that, but I thought this year that was part of the changes for the coaches.
Now they may have changed it where it's an option, but I'm pretty sure the argument made by
it was on my freaking birthday, bro. That they tweeted out the AMA thing. It is.
It was like 5 a.m. in the morning. I'm at an airport.
There was
ask me anything, right?
Yeah, there was two of them. There was two of them.
One the
there
day
was
before?
Like this tweet if, and then there was at the airport and post event depression is really hitting different. AMA got some time to kill.
Yeah. So like they mentioned the event, so it is like tangentially, right? And then it's kind of like the aftermath to kind of keep people talking. So I understand that argument, right? I get that. I'm not going to take away from that aspect. I get that. But
It
On
is
the-
strange.
On
Like,
the pro Twitter account, the SMITE Pro, this is
Yeah,
where people are going to
that's
learn about
definitely-
SPL and shit like that. And I guess
Yeah.
there's an argument to be made about some banter and keeping up the interest, like I said. But not on this account. Or at least
yeah, I don't think that's
in
the
that
place
way.
for it, for sure. Yeah, I agree.
And like I said, one of the
I
arguments
think
was the engagement was almost nothing on that tweet. I mean, it may have been more at this point because this argument was being had like a couple hours after that tweet, like literally that morning at like 8, 9 in the morning. Like the fuck.
77 likes and then not very many comments, just a few.
Okay, cool. That's
Yeah.
not. It's not bad.
Yeah, that's what
I
I'm
mean,
saying.
better than most
4:35
of my fucking tweets get. Don't get me wrong. But,
Yeah, 4:35 a.m. was when that was sent out.
Yeah, and then the other one I guess was compared to just watching the community manager and one random person talk back and forth, the like this if or whatever, because
Yeah,
most of the
that
comments
one was at
were
12:58 a.m.
and I guess most of that was just basically just one person going back and forth with them, from my understanding. I don't know. I didn't actually check that one out.
There's quite a bit on that one, but like I agree. Like I don't think the Smite Pro Twitter is the place for that to occur. I didn't see either of those, but like I was doing stuff with the family that day, so that's probably why I didn't. That is strange though, very strange. Like why wouldn't you just do that on your personal account?
And that was one of the arguments.
Yeah.
Or if you were gonna do that, and there was the argument like, yeah, we get like you said you were bored, right at the airport, time to kill. What if you were gonna do something like that? Why not do it at a time to get better engagement? Because that's also better for the Twitter and all that. Because it's on. Let's be real, it's on a business Twitter. It's a Smite Pro. It's a business one, right? So you got to keep that in mind. It's not just, and Smite does thrive a little bit off the the friendly, the smaller company, all that.
Yeah.
And a little bit more of a personal touch, if you will, and stale memes. They love that. But you're still a company, and that's still understood between everybody here.
Yeah.
And when you start doing this, that's when it's like, slow the roll a little bit. Anyways, Grace, what are your thoughts?
I mean,
Yeah, okay. I get that.
that's all I got.
Social media, right? Fucking these youngsters.
Yeah, I don't give a shit about Twitter or anything like that. Do what you gotta do.
You got the old.
I do
man
think
bitching
it's a
about
little
Twitter.
weird though, like you said, where it's like, the whole like business thing. I think it is kind of. I mean, like it's not that high res has ever wanted to be the most professional business in that sense. They do kind of meme around a lot, but like, so if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do.
And
But
I
yeah.
got one last thing to derail us. You guys see the thing on Twitter where that other game was like, check this out, and then they posted like some paladin's character.
Oh
they
yeah,
essentially-
the
NFT thing.
NFT
It's like an
Glory
NFT
Heroes.
game, yeah.
NFT Glory Heroes, I think is what it was called, and it was taking little assets from Paladin Strike.
Little ass, it ripped a full dead ass character.
No, I said literal.
Oh, I thought you said
assets.
little.
Like it was like it was no. It was the whole entire game. It wasn't just one character. It was all the characters, and it was the voice actors too.
Yeah. Well, the CEO of Titan Forge, aka the company that owns Smite, was like, "Hey, you should probably take that down. Our lawyers are gonna be contacting you." And then they're like, "No, fuck off. We took inspiration." And they're like, "Our lawyers are contacting you."
Yeah, they took it down the next day.
Yep.
Their new art is really good, by the way. Their new art's really good. It's hand drawn NFT Glory Heroes, like in handwritten. That's what they're. Fun times.
Yeah, they did that as kind of a jab, but because they did that before all their stuff got taken down. They did that little handwritten, like, fuck you, Stu, type thing. And then everything got taken down completely. Their Reddit went down and their Discord closed.
Oh yeah, well that's because of what Paladins players did in the Discord. Yeah.
Yeah. Now I am not normally an advocate for things like that. Really not. And I'm not saying whether this is right or wrong. Sure as fuck is funny.
It is funny.
That I can't tell you.
It was funny. I'm not
know.
sure if it was the right solution to the problem, but it was funny.
It was what cathartic karma.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know if it's right. I don't know if it's wrong. Just know it made me laugh.
Yeah. It was
Whether I should
funny.
feel ashamed, we'll find out.
Riggs, SPL was back though.
Yeah, SPL was back.
Oh, yeah,
and Leviathan's kind of
solo.
Leviathan's kind of slapped
solo.
yesterday.
They did,
Hey,
yeah.
okay, yeah. This hunters and solo thing needs to stop. Okay, Yarkor did it for a game, and then he gave us an actual warrior the next game, and I was so happy.
Yeah, I think didn't the Dragons also did it as well in their final K play.
Yeah, well, and Dragons got slapped. They won the first game, and then the next two games they got ran at. It was a beautiful thing.
I was trying to see what they're playing right now, but I don't think the game's started yet.
Valks are playing Dragons right now. Dragons locked in Baron for solo, it looks like.
Nice. So yeah.
Yeah, well, no, they have AMC, Gilgamesh, Artemis, Yamoja, Baron. And then Valks have Nemesis, Kepri, Poseidon, King Arthur, Izanami. So that I don't know. That Dragons, that could be it should be Baron in solo, but who knows, dude. Pagon's cracked. No, it's gonna be Gilgamesh in mid. What do you mean, dude? I don't know what dude. Pagon picks a pick, and I'm like, no shot this works, and he fries. I don't know. He's so good.
Yeah,
and then we have
back.
So good.
SPL's back this weekend. I mean, by the time the episode comes out, we'll know who won this weekend. But the way it looks right now, not much has changed from Masters tournament. So
no,
you'll be seeing your hunters everywhere. Your damage, a lot of one frontliners, like you said earlier. So not much has changed, but there was a patch show for the new patch, which does have some changes. And I was told before we started that Fro has not read a patch note show in 2 years. So Fro, this will be your first exposure to the 9.6, right? 6, yeah.
Yeah, 9.6.
No, that's not true. That's not
but
true.
You have read some of it.
No, that's not true.
So what is
He knows about the patch. He just didn't read about it.
I haven't read any, but it's not my first exposure. Because part of the reason I haven't read about it is because I get notifications and get to hear Flare Boot and Ajax and all them other guys talk about it as it goes off, right? Kind of like how everyone, kind of like how everyone talks in Bot G and other Discords as changes happening. I'm getting Flare Boot asking Ajax, "What the fuck were you thinking on this?"
Yeah, so, he gets the high level like big brain thoughts, where the rest of us are
tell you a single fucking change that was made regarding items or anything like that. I can tell you there's been some juicy ass shit regarding persistent CCs in the game, along with the consistency that goes with them. Not to mention, along with I get to hear about Flare Boot and Black Eye. He's another one who does it commonly, along with Cher. Doing their tests in jungle practice and sharing their videos of doing the tests in jungle practice. So I do want to preference. While no, I have not paid a fucking attention to the patch note shows. It used to be because it was on Wednesdays at 3:00 when I had to pick up my girls. Then I moved and it changed to I streamed at that time, so that's why I didn't. And now it's changed to they do it when I'm at work. So it's just not really a convenient time for me ever. But I have stayed in the loop to an extent regarding the major big things. That's why, like, you guys will mention item change. I'll be like, oh, what'd they do to that item? But then you'll mention, like, Hebo when he was changed so he didn't have to move while doing his 3. Or he could move while doing his 3. I'm like, oh, yeah, I heard some shit about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, there's only a couple big things I would say in this patch. I mean, obviously you got Lancelot. Looks pretty cool, I would say. I don't know why he's an assassin. I feel like everything about him
Because
screams warrior.
well, they already gave us a warrior, right? Didn't they?
I mean, yeah,
I don't
that's the
know.
only reason he's not a warrior is
But
because
I
they already
think
gave us one.
I don't know. I thought an assassin was a better role for him. A lot of people are mad he's not a guardian.
Because
I just mean like
assassins are supposed to be the high movement ones, and horse is key to Lancelot. So he had to have a horse, which
And-
means he had to be mobile.
I
and
know
he
that,
likes
but
assassin.
everything else in his kit screams warrior to me. I don't know.
Oh yeah, it's because he's like Achilles 2.0, bro.
Yeah,
Because he's a fucking
like-
knight. It's because he's a
Yeah,
knight.
he is-
That's why it's gonna be weird. Oh shit! Discord die. Was that it? In the arms of Kurt Angle. Oh, I even fucked that up. Well, this is real interesting for all the YouTubers. I'm kind of torn because I'm gonna need to close the call here. We're having a real interesting bro one-on-one moment with everyone. Going well. Remember, you're loved. Let's see if this fixes it. Oh boy, I don't think it's fixing it. Maybe. Oh, look at that. Isn't that interesting? I'm still in the chat. Huh. Well, YouTube. I think this might be the first time that the YouTube channel and the and the podcast is going to have a different actual episode. I mean, if you consider this being different, I'm kind of going to sit here and chat for a minute. The persistent CC changes are pretty fucking interesting. Let me know. Hit us up in the comments. But we're going to hop out of here. Thank you for all the patrons. You're wonderful. You know what? Just for y'all, I'm gonna read the patrons off too. Just can't forget about you. We'll do our thank yous for the end, the special end to this Bot G episode. Thank you to Saydowns for the thumbnails. Thank you to Rajin Kaijin for all the artwork and all of our commissions he's done for us. And thank you to the wonderful patrons. We have Ario Steel, Asbestos Dog, Weatherman Keith, Jade Flagging, Baseball, Griff, Bombi, Danny, Caveman, Neo, Coffin Monkey, CD Arlets, Gilly, Snorlax, Weatherman, Adios, Sir Ember, K. Brojo, Famous Freak, Stoffmeister, Backlash, Saydowns, Dr. Godfucker, Lantern, Reese, Warlord, Yo, Bats Kid, Echo Dunk, Doc, Necros, Otter Joe, Riggs, Durakon, Glenn Wiggle, Granite Boy, Camel Hoss, Void vs. Void, Enbright, Scion, Gemini, Batman, Sandman, Aquasoft, Kilowatt Man, I'm a Hater, Mr. Man 77, Colorado, and the Big Red. Goodbye, YouTube. And tune into SoundCloud to hear how the rest of this episode turned out, because fuck, I don't know how I'm gonna fix this in editing. Actually, I do. I got it. Love y'all.